Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we looked at the fact that the words Vyavaharika, Pratibhasika, Paramarthika, we saw 3 words. What's the necessity for 3 words? Our experiences. Whole language is experience-based, what we experience in life. So we experience certain things. For us, in general, we have only 2 levels of reality, which is either real or unreal. But whatever I see with my indriyas, with my senses, are considered real. And what I cannot objectify with my senses are called unreal. Then we saw, based on that scale, I see a rope snake, or I see a silver in a shell. That would be we termed it pratibhasikam. Because what is it? Bhasate, pratiyate, it appears, but it's really not there. Pratibhasaha eva. It's only an appearance. Then, why do you have the word appearance? Because there is something real. The word appearance doesn't make sense unless there is something which is not the appearance but real thing. So that would be real. So the word should have been, one is pratibhasika and another is satyam. Another is absolutely non-existent, that doesn't even appear that way. But then what happens? We find that what we think is satyam is also not always there. It's changing constantly. Right? And if there is something more real than that, because something which is changing must have a changeless reference. If we recognize that, then what is changing? It is neither non-existent. It is not like a rope snake which never was. It is there. Pot is not a rope snake. Pot is pot. And even when I see rope snake, rope is there. Rope is not unreal. Then that rope, is it absolutely real? No, rope has its reality in its cause. Therefore, we have now the scope for another order of reality. What is that? Appears and disappears. Appears and disappears. Appears to the indriyas, not a mistake, not a subjective thinking. That status of not being real and cannot be dismissed as absolutely unreal is called mithya. And that's very important because whatever we perceive with our senses belongs to that order of reality. And since we don't know a better order of reality, that becomes the last word. Therefore, what I see is real holds until you can recognize what I see is not real. There is something more real. Did I know there is something which is in all 3 periods of time? I don't know about it. Shruti is a pramanam, points it out. Then I become aware there is one more. And when Shruti is able to show me that, or is in its intention to show me that, it then coins a new word for what I experience. What is experience called? Vyavahara. Transactional reality. Vyavahara. Therefore, vyavahare bhavaha. What you find in your day-to-day transactions, that reality is referred to as vyavaharika. So what is the reality of vyavaharika means what? Transactionally true, but not really true. What is really true is vidya. What is not really true and you think it is there is what? Avidya. Therefore, the entire world should be what? Not Vyavaharika. You should call it what? Avidya. You think there is a world, real world, that is Avidya. Kind word is Vyavaharika. A little harsh word is, it is Avidya Praptam. Not real, it is purely your notion that it is there. But understand, in rope snake, there is what we call, rope is Ishvara Srishti. Rope is it's not my individual projection like rope snake. Snake was my projection. Rope is what? Did I project the rope? Rope was there, I imagined a snake. So my creation, I pull back. Now what do I see? When I pull back my creation, then I see Ishvara's creation. My creation is also Ishvara's creation. Don't get it wrong, okay? My capacity to project is also given. It is not something outside Ishvara. Nothing is outside Ishvara. But within that, I have my own extra, That is called Jiva Srishti. That you pull back. Now what is remaining? Ishvara Srishti. That Ishvara Srishti cannot be called a subjective reality or a projection. Because you see it, I see it, she sees it, everyone sees the same thing. Therefore, we all agree it is real. This is how we are all sane. I say, is this pot real or not? The Swami says it is not really there. Do you not agree it's there? Yes, I agree. Do you agree? Yes. We all agree. Who is a madman? Swami must not be knowing. Idea is, majority always wins. So far as there are many people who will support my stand, I feel good, secure. In fact, if everybody looks differently, then you have a doubt. Swamiji, is it okay? Swamiji, people ask doubts. I don't get any doubts. Is it okay? Am I normal? Doubt is normal. The doubt that am I normal is normal. Because that is human psychology. But it is okay. If several people tell you it's not okay, it's abnormal, then what will happen? You will now try to cook one doubt and ask. Because you're abnormal, you want to come to normal. This is how our behavior is. This is Vyavaharika, is also what? Ishvara Srishti. But Ishvara Srishti is also not absolute. Because Ishvara itself is not absolute. In the sense that Aishvaryam, that Sarvajñatvam, Sarvavetritvam is all not there unless you see something which is ruled over. If you don't have something to be ruled, there is no king. So, when you appreciate that Ishvaratvam is also mithya, Jivatvam, Ishvaratvam is also mithya, then where do you land? Then you understand, to say it is mithya, you must have appreciated Paramarthikam. Note, Jiva is not mithya, Ishvara is not mithya. Really, if we speak very, very precisely, Ghata is not mithya. What is there? Rope snake is also not mithya. What is there? Only Brahman is there. Where is mithya? Ghatatvam. That you see Brahman to be endowed with potness. That is mithya. Reality status is what can be negated. You cannot negate Ghata all the way. Ghata you cannot negate. Ghatatvam you can negate. Clay will remain. Clayness you can negate. You can't negate Brahman. Where is clayness? In Brahman. Where is potness? In Brahman. Where is rope snakeness? In Brahman. What is real? Brahman alone. Whatever else you see is what? Everything else you attribute to it is mithya. Therefore, how many realities are there? Don't ask how many orders. How many realities are there? Ekameva. Don't think Pratibhasika is completely different from Vyavaharika. Vyavaharika is completely different from Paramarthika. It cannot be. When there is only one reality, everything has to fold into that alone. You cannot have separate things. Therefore, there is only one Paramarthika. Why I call it Paramarthika? With this reference to you. I don't recognize it still, but Astiti Shraddha is there. Asti Paramarthika. Asti Brahma. With that you say, that alone is everything. So if I don't recognize that, I don't know anything fully. That is avidya. Alright? So the entire thing is karya karana prakriya. So karyam you accept, going along with our normal thinking. Shruti says, okay, karyam you accept? Yes, I accept. Karyam cannot come without karanam, do you accept? Yes, I accept. And now, if you said that much, I am very happy. Because now I can show you there is no karyam. There is only karanam. Karyam is only a name. Effect is only a name from a standpoint given to the same thing. Clay alone is called. When you look at it as a lump, you call it a cause. When you look at it as a pot, you call it effect. Clay alone is there. Therefore, the word karya karana can both be dropped. Then by itself, without reference to pot or lump, what is there is only clay. That will be what? The Swarupa. Okay? That is a Swarupa. If that is understood, then what happens to everything now? Everything is just an appearance in that. And if that is understood, one is free. And where did we begin this whole section? Urdhvamulo avakshakha. What did I say there also? The tree is not known fully unless its cause is known. I said, don't translate moolam as root. What does the book translate as moolam? Our book? I haven't looked at it. Does it say root? Urdhvamula. Root. You will have a problem. Because suppose I pull it out, do you know the whole tree? You still don't know. So, see, these are difficulty with translations. Moolam does mean root, but moolam also means cause. And when you take cause, you're much better off. So, how should you know the tree? Along with its cause. If you know the cause, what happens? Once you say it has a cause, along with its cause means, suppose I say, you should know it along with its cause. What does it mean? Does it have a cause or not? It has a cause. If it has a cause, what does it become? Yad yad sakaranam, whatever has a cause is what? Mithya. Therefore, whole samsara vriksha becomes what? Mithya. Then where is the problem? Set up right there. Urdhvamulo avakshakha. Esho ashvattha sanatana. Then what did we see after that in the second line? Tadeva shukram tad brahma. Tadeva amritam ashnute. And I said to you, you can look at it two ways. You can say the root, the cause alone is everything. But now cause is again a standpoint. Looking at the effect. Drop that. Therefore, what you see as a tree, that whole tree is nothing but one vastu, which is Brahman. That alone is Brahman. Tadeva shukram. Shukram, bereft of the Namarupa. Namarupa is there. You are seeing a pot, but what do you see now? Clay alone. You don't see a pot associated with clay. Even when seeing the pot. You see the bangle, you see the chain, but you don't see bangle and chain. What do you see? You see gold. You at least know gold alone is. Chain and bangle are appearing. Then you are clean. That is Shukram. When you see gold, without looking at bangle, it is gold. So what is Shukram? See Brahman without its connection to names and forms. Tadeva Shukram, Tad Brahma. What is that? Tadeva Amritam Uchyate. That alone is Brahman. So we began with Karyakarana Prakriya. Now what are we saying? Asti Tyevopalabdhavyaha. Then what? Tattvabhavena cha. You should know the name and form, backed by its cause, sakaranam, then what do you understand? You understand the truth of the karya and karana both. That is tattvabhavaha. And when you approach the Shruti in this manner through the Karana Karya Prakriya and follow the Shruti as Pramanam to understand this, then what happens? Prasidati. Kim prasidati? Tattvabhavaha prasidati. For whom? One who first says Astityevopa upalabdhasya. One who accepts Asti Brahma as Jagat Karanam and follows the Shruti to understand it, Prakriya, with Shraddha, with preparation, with commitment, then what happens? For him, the Tattvabhava will bless him. He will recognize that Tattva I am. You can see now how it all connected all the way in this chapter. Okay? Then we saw the next, we are looking at the next verse. We'll chant that. Yada sarve pramuchyante kama yesya hridishritaha atha martyo mrito bhavati atra brahma samashnute. Yada Yada sarve pramuchyante. When all kamas, kamaha, yada sarve kamaha pramuchyante. Kamaha, desires. Where are the desires? Ye kamaha asya kasya asya jnani purushasya jnaninaha hridi shritaha. Jnaninova, in a person, hridi, in his buddhi, shritaha. That hridi word is important. Means it makes it more clear. Where are desires located? Are desires inherent to me or they are not? No. What is the adhara for the desire? It is hridi, buddhi vritti. So, where are desires? They are in the buddhi. Am I the buddhi? I am not the buddhi. That's the disconnect there, okay? So because there are other people who believe that sukha dukkha are my attributes. Sukha dukkha are my attributes. Once you catch hold of an attribute, like I told you the other day, if I say whatever is red is hibiscus, now you can get hold of the hibiscus. Whatever has redness is hibiscus. Now you can get hold of the hibiscus. But if redness didn't belong to the hibiscus, then by seeing red, you won't get hibiscus. So redness is not part of hibiscus. It belongs to something else. Not in this example, okay? But in that sense, the sukha dukkha, all emotions belong where? Not to you. Nothing is inherent to you. Because you are free from all of them every day. Every day you know you are free from them for some time. And any one emotion, one at a time. Others you are free from. Which means no emotion is really inherent to you. You don't need deep sleep for this. But the fact is, no emotion is inherent to you. Where is emotion seen? Everything is seen through a buddhi vritti, a cognition. And as each cognition happens, like a movie, you watch it and you identify with one or more. But where is all of them? Buddhi, hridishritaha. So, yada sarve pramuchyante, when all the kamas, and what do we say about kama sarve? Kamayitavyasya anyasya abhavat. What is kamayitavya? That which is worth desiring. Tavya pratyaya has a force. What is kamayitavya? Kamaya means to be desired. Kamayitavya, that is that which is worth desiring. That which deserves to be desired. What deserves to be desired? Something outside me, something other than me. You don't desire yourself. See, suppose you have even other things. Suppose I have a pair of glasses now. Do I desire a pair of glasses? I may, if I want to replace this pair of glasses, or I can think I can wear one more on top, the dark glasses. So you don't see who I'm looking at. Secret Service glasses. So you can have one more. But suppose it is you. Can you desire yourself again? So what can you desire? Fundamentally, you can only desire what you perceive is away from you. Not even with you, away from you. What you perceive is away from you. What you perceive you don't have, and you have value for it, that alone you can desire. Now, what is this jnani? What is his jnanam now? He has understood the, tattva bhava. Tattva bhava prasidati. So what does he see now? He sees only everywhere one tattva. Brahma, Brahma, Brahma. He doesn't see anything else. Therefore, what should he desire? Does he see a second thing? He doesn't. If he doesn't see, if he sees himself pervading his whole perception, everything, then what can he desire? That is what is kamaitavyasya abhava. Which means whole jagat is mithya kritam. It is mithya bhutam is realized. Only then you can say this verse. Because otherwise, some kamas will go. Some kamas will stay. As I told you, lot of kamas in some spheres you don't have. But in some sphere, you have a kama. Kaupina. Kaupina samrakshanarthe marjaraha. Don't forget, okay? You only need to love one thing to bring whole samsara back. Sarve kamaha, if they have to go, there is only one way. And even if they are gone, they can bubble out again. Fountain is bubbling, 1 minute, bulu bulu, bulu bulu, nothing is coming out. Oh, it's over. Starts, bulu bulu, comes out again. So, how do you know it's over? There should be nothing else. Therefore, kamaitavyasya abhava means whole jagat has been swallowed into aham. Okay? That person. Therefore, there is nothing to be desired. Then what happens? Kamayesya hridishrita kamaitavyasya anyasya bhavat pramuchyante. Pramuchyante, they are loosened. They are dropped. Vishiryante. Why I said loosened? Because vishiryante, shithili kriyante, they are made loose. So there Swamiji says, desires may come up still. They are not gone. But now what are they? You have the freedom to go along with them or the freedom to not go along with them. So Puja Swamiji started big initiative, aim for seva. Why? Compulsion? No. If it works, it's okay. Why did you start? Kama is there or not? Kama yese hridishrita is there. Is it kamaitavya or not? Kamaitavya will appear. But for a jnani, what will he see? It doesn't make a difference. It is me. But he is free enough to pursue it. He is free enough to pursue it. He doesn't perceive it thinking it will make him any better. He doesn't insist the world has to change. Bhagavan has given me freedom. I can do this. I may not do it. But along with the freedom, Bhagavan gives something called prarabdha. What is prarabdha? Your life will unfold in a given way. And what is a jnani supposed to be? One who doesn't resist prarabdha. When something comes, he doesn't say, why did this come? Feels like doing, doesn't feel, won't do it. So prarabdha for Swamiji is to run it. He doesn't have any sense of binding attachment to it. So when someone asks, Swamiji, how will you get money for all this? How are you going to run? Why are you starting this new project now? Running one Gurukulam is itself not an easy job. So Swamiji would say, if it runs, let it run. If it doesn't run, that's Ishvara's wish. I have freedom to start. Ishvara has freedom to give karma phala. Where is the problem? See that freedom there. If you and I start a startup, what will we be thinking? You have to think a lot, you know. Do you have resources? How long will you sustain it? When will you, let's say, drop it? So many things. And our prestige, our well-being is all dependent on that doing well. Can be there. So, but for Swamiji, he said, where is the problem? I don't do anything. Bhagavan runs everything. That freedom to enjoy, you must really see. It's not just words, you know. A lot of us will say that everything is Bhagavan. But if you come and say, Swamiji, Gurukulam runs very well, classes go very well, everything is wonderful, all Bhagavan is so good, Swamiji. Bhagavan only takes care of everything. Somewhere I might feel, no, hey, thoda humko bhi credit do na. I also have done something. Can feel. When will you not feel? When you understand what is Bhagavan. Clearly. So, that is the... Abhava is not... That's why I told you. Who is Jnani? When the desires come, he is able to let go. Sthita prajna se ka bhasha? Sthitadihi kim prabhasheta? Kimasita vrajeta kim? Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. Kama will come. May come. Prajahati. Prajahati need not be won't indulge. Here example I gave is counter example. Prajahati satya paramarthikatvena prajahati. He doesn't take it as paramarthika. Neither desire is real, nor its success is real, nor its failure is real. It's all appearances. Therefore, he is free. Otherwise, you cannot explain how Shankaracharya would go to Badrinath and write commentary. Why he should write? Why he should write? And when he writes, did he think, Jane do? He made a prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya Mrityave. What is that prayer meant for? That this work should go successfully and it should reach people who should read it. And it's reaching us. Prayer is successful. Why did Jnani pray? Not for his well-being. He is undertaking something in the Jagat. If a Jnani also undertakes, success depends on Anugraha. It's not that he can bless himself. Ho gaya sab. He has to pray too, because there's an order. When you start something, there can be many vignas. It can happen. So if Swamiji starts his Gurukulam, this Gurukulam has to run, there is Ishvara involved very much. Therefore he prays. Every time we start a class, we pray. So Ishvara is very much there all the way. Never dropped. So understand this kamaha, pramuchante. They are not binding. They don't have that capacity to have a hold on you. That is why vishiryante. Swami will say, they don't have the sting in them anymore. They don't have the venom in them anymore. They have the bite, but there is no bang to the bite, no strength to the bite. They are weakened now. Kama is there, but it's weak. It can't push you. No vega. Now, Bhashyakara says, Buddhirhi kamanam ashrayaha na atma. Just to make sure we understand that buddhi alone is the basis, is the place where kama resides, not in me. See Gita. Where is kama? Kamayesha krodayesha rajo guna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidyenam iha vairinam, etc. Then what does it say? Where is kama stay? Manaha buddhi asya adhisthana muchyate. Not atma. Then how do you free yourself? Buddhehe param buddhva samstabhya atmanam atmana jahi shatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. How do you really tackle kama? Kama is in the buddhi. You know, you clearly see one who is buddhi ka bap, the cause of buddhi. Having known that, samstabhya, being stably knowing, understanding very clearly, evam buddhehe param buddhva. Buddhva, having known. What? Buddhehe yat param. What transcends buddhi? What is the truth of buddhi but is not touched by buddhi? That having known Atma, Buddhva, samstabhya atmanam atmana, having placed my understanding in myself, that is what I am. Jahi shatrum, jahi, destroy, give up, ha, tyage, jahi shatrum. Who? Hey, Arjuna, you think you're a great Mahabahu, become Mahabahu in this way. Mahabahu means what? Weakling in this matter, okay? Mahabahu. Kamarupam durasadam. Kama cannot be dropped in any other way except by saying, there is no kama unless I back it up. And don't take kama purely here as some will portray, that kama is only a desire of one type. Any desire is kama. There's a general thinking, that kama means that Kama Sutra, kama is only kama. Not true. Kama is kamyate iti kama. Anything which is desired is kama. Anything where you feel unfulfillment is kama. Therefore, the kama, there is no kama without being Atma. There is no desire without you, simply put. Is there any desire without you? Why you should be there in every desire? Because I am desire. So, there is no real difference between desire and desirer. It's like desire with arms and legs is me. That's what it is. This is my identity. I am desire. Kamaha eva aham. Then how do you get out of it? You understand that what is the truth of kama? What is that? Atma. And that Atma, kama is Atma. There is no kama without Atma, because Atma is the very being, the only reality. Karananam karanam. Yet, Atma has no kama. This is Mithya and Satyam. Beggar B is actor A, but actor A is absolutely free from the role beggar B. B is A is free from B. This is our law of commutation. Not B is A, therefore A is equal to B. No. B is A is not B. You try to look at this. Therefore, everything is me. Nothing is really there without me backing it up. But I am free from all of them. Therefore, here it becomes what? Pramuchyate. And we saw kamaha, sankalpaha, etc. All these are in the buddhi, not in me. That's where I took off from. Atha. Atha is tada, then. Meaning is then. Atha, what happens then? Martyaha. Martyaha amritaha bhavati. One who is subject to time, subject to death, becomes free from time. A. Can one thing become another? Can one thing become another? Suppose you say A became B. Then there was no A to start with. If you say A becomes B, there is no A to start with, because our definition is anything which you define should be unchanging. If you say it's a thing, it should be unchanging. If it can become another, it's never that. What can become? It, like you say, water vapor can become liquid. Liquid can become ice. Ice is not real. Water vapor is not real. What is real? H2O is real. H2O remains H2O. Oh, water vapor became liquid water. That's an appearance. Nothing ever becomes anything else. If it becomes anything else, you understand what you thought it was not. Because if you say it is like this, it should remain like that. If it is Satyam, understand, I am talking of Satyam. Satyam doesn't change. It is Avyayaha, doesn't change. Even the fact that anything changes means what? It is subject to time. what is subject to time is not true. You can bring it back by any which way, okay? But it is not there. So, martyaha, amritaha bhavati, how can it be? Something subject to time, how can it become free from time? No, sir. Prior to understanding, I thought I was subject to time. I was never subject to time. It is not that after studying Vedanta I became free from time. No. I was never ever in time. But I thought what? I was aging. I was going to die. Why? Because of identity with this body, mind, sense complex. So, Martyaha, Bhashyakara adds, Prak Prabodhat Asit. Not now. Before he awakened to this truth, he considered himself Martyaha. That person, that same person who thought he is subject to limitation, what happens to him now? Prabodhottara kalam. After waking up to this truth, avidya kama karma lakshanasya mrityoho vinashat amritaha bhavati. Kasya vinashat? Avidya kama karma lakshanasya mrityoho. What is mrityu? What is death? It is characterized by avidya kama karma. What is death? Avidya kama karma alone is death. What is avidya kama karma? Avidya is, I don't know myself. I am not subject to time, but I take myself to be subject to time. I take myself to be one among many. Therefore, what am I? Small, apurna. I am not the whole. Therefore, what do I have? I have a desire to become purna. See, if you hold a rubber band like this, is there a stress or not? Or you, even the traditional bow, you know, Rama made a bow. What was the bow? One stick. One stick. What should you do? You have to bend it. And that bending, is it normal? If you leave it, will it stay? When will it stay like that? When you tie up the bowstring. So what is the bow trying to do all the time? Become straight. Swarupa is straight. What is rubber band trying to do all the time? It doesn't like to be like this. If you leave it, it becomes small. Swarupa, one is always trying to tend to. Therefore, you are what? Apurna or Purna? Really? Purna. You are the whole. If you are the whole, will you accept Apurnatvam? You can't. You are a fully self-conscious individual. Not programmed like animal. You are fully conscious. You have the capacity to be free. And you have the capacity to remain bound. Both capacities are there. What will your natural tendency be? To accept samsara or not accept samsara? Do you see that clearly? Since we are already free, we are always trying to find that freedom, but identified with this body. Therefore, our life becomes what? You cannot accept yourself as limited, and you do not know the unlimited. Therefore, what will life be? You are always like that bow which is tied up, constantly under tension. So what should you do now? You recognize this truth, then what happens? You are freed out. So, avidya is the apurnatvam. When the apurnatvam is there, that alone is not directly the cause. What happens now? Therefore, I am wanting, I am lacking, and I know what it means to be whole. Do you know what it means to be whole? Do you ever seek something you don't know about? Nobody does. What do we seek? We want to be happy. Why? Because I have been happy. I know what it means to be happy. I know that I am free from trouble when I am happy. In sleep every day I am happy. So it's not an unknown thing I am seeking. I am seeking only a known state, which is natural state for me. In sleep, what effort do I put? No effort. Am I comfortable? Yes. Then why all the effort in waking? Because I want to be that person who I was in sleep or at a happy moment. Then why am I struggling? Because though that is what I am, that is my swarupa, I don't know. That is avidya. And since there is avidya, what is avidya? That which is opposed to vidya. If vidya comes, that wrong notion will go. Therefore, there is kama, a desire, arising out of a sense of lack. Then what will kama drive me to do? Bhagavan has given me buddhi. What will it tell? Whenever you are struggling with a desire, you have hands, you have legs, do something. Chalo, do something. So what will you do? Karma. When you do karma, what will happen? Karma phala will come. Partly drishtam, partly adrishtam. What will adrishtam do? Adds to your basket of karma. Next janma is prepared already. You continue. Go round and round. Merry go round the merry mulberry bush. Keep going round and round, That's what you do. That is what is avidya, kama, karma, lakshana. Because you are free from death. What is death? Death is not something real. Death is merely avidya, kama, karma. Because of kama and karma, when prarabdha is over, again you go and come back, go and come back. Therefore death comes. Avidya, kama, karma, lakshanaha, mrityuhu. And that goes. Why? When prabodha happens, prabodha means vidya. Vidya is opposed to avidya. When avidya goes, what remains? Swarupa remains. It's not that, when vidya comes, now there is atma. First there was atma plus avidya. Now what will be there after vidya? Atma plus vidya, dvaitam. No. When vidya comes, what does it do? It spirits avidya away, and it itself is also not there. Swamiji, Atma Vidya will go away then? Don't worry. Swarupa remains. Vidya, Vidya are standpoints. Example is given in Atma Bodha. Jale kataka renuvat. When they had to purify water, what would they do? They have water decantation. So what do? You put some alum powder on top. Kataka renu. Seeds, some seeds powder you put there. When you put, what does it do? It becomes a nucleus to gather all suspended particles. It gathers them, and as it gathers, it becomes heavy. So it sinks down along with the impurity to the bottom of your pot. Then what do? You decant it. You pour it. Example is only that much. What? You introduced an impurity, which is kataka renu powder. Kataka powder. Some powder. And that powder is no longer, see, you have impure water. You add another impurity. What will you get? Doubly impure water. No. One impurity takes out the other impurity, and what do you get? Pure water. Is avidya inherent to you? No. Is vidya inherent to you? No. But vidya is not inherent to you. Therefore, you introduce vidya, what does it do? It takes out avidya and it vanishes. Like this kataka renu will vanish after having removed the dirt. That's the example. Don't take it, don't stretch the example, you'll be in trouble. Jalam kataka renuvat. Examples you want to see, Atma Bodha is a good book. Lot of examples. Every verse has an example or something. So, this is, so when avidya goes, amritaha bhavati, amritaha eva asit. It recognizes I was never subject to time. I recognize that. That's what it means. And what happens? Atha martyaha amritaha bhavati. Atra brahma samashna. What is atra? Atra means here. Atra means here. Here means where? In this very life, now. Not after death. You don't have to wait. That's a religious life. After death, I will go to Vaikuntha. After death, I will go to Kailasa. After death, I will do something. You don't know whether you will go to Shraddha Matram. Here is what? Atraiva ihaiva sarve praviliyanti kamaha. So elsewhere. Ihaeva. Or maybe next verse it's coming. I don't remember. No, not here. Okay. So, atraiva bhavati atra brahma samashnute. What is brahma samashnute? Samashnute. Ashnute means ashdhatu. Vyaptau, ashu vyaptau, fifth gana. Ashnute. Ashnute, ashnvate, ashnute. Something like that will be that. So that ashnute means what? He pervades. What does pervades mean? Pashyakara says, Brahmaiva bhavati ityarthaha. There is no pervading or anything. Don't think there is a pervader-pervaded separation. You know what? Clay pervades the pot. Where is the pot? After clay pervaded the pot, where is the pot? Either you have a pot or you have clay. What do you have? Swamiji, I have a pot, avidya. Because pot can break, clay will remain. Satyam is only clay. Ashnute pervades. Pervades means what? There is nothing but clay. So what does it mean? Pot, I can say pot is clay. Atraiva Brahma samashnute. Pot which thought I'll break, I don't know when Swami will drop me. It now no longer has a fear. Why? It knows I am clay. You can do anything you want with me. I am now happily clay and I have no problem of breaking. That's the idea. So, a human being, when he knows I am free from avidya kama karma, what happens? I know myself as the limitless Brahman. There is nothing but me because kamaitavyasya abhavat. So, atra brahma samashnute. Now, a question is, next verse is what? Let's chant it. Yada sarve prabhidyante hridayasyeha granthayaha athamartyo mrito bhavati etavadhyanushasanam. Etavadhi anushasanam. This much alone is the instruction. Upanishad is over. Etavadhi anushasanam. Etavat means this much. Yatta. This much alone is the instruction. Means what? There is nothing more. You asked no a question. Anyatra dharmat, this much alone. I have said whatever I have to say, now I will give rest to my speech. Yamaraja is saying, it is done. Etavadhyanushāsanam. That indicates that the teaching is done. All right. So you know now where we are. We are at the end. Okay? Now the question is, you said in the last verse, Yada sarve pramuchyante kamaha. When all the kamas go, right? When you are freed from all kamas, when all kamas leave you, many ways I can say it, okay? Because the question is, pramuchyante are freed. What are freed? Kamaha pramuchyante. Yada, when kamas go, then what happens? And where are the kamas? In the buddhi. So, you become free. How if buddhi is freed, you become free from death? Because you had wrongly taken what was in the buddhi to be you. That misidentification with your own buddhi was the cause of maranam. That is why, that is avidya. Identifying with the buddhi and taking yourself to be you was avidya. When that is gone, what happened? You became free. Now the question is, when do kamas go? When kamas go, see the interesting thing is, when the kamas go, you become free. When do kamas go? Kamas don't go just like that. They are always there. When do they go? That's the next one. That's how Shankara connects it. Kada punaha kamanam mulataha vinashaha iti uchyate. See, every night kamas go. Yes or no? Every night when you go to sleep, no kama. You are nishkamaha only. Correct? But when you wake up, some kama will appear. And even if some kamas are gone, one more kama is always there. Kama is always there. Some desire is there. And it is binding enough. I don't want to die. Kama. Even at that level, I'm saying. It can be at any level. Kama is always there. So, kada punaha kamanam mulataha vinashaha. Not just vinashaha, mulataha. So if you cut the tree, our urdhva mula vachshakaha, if you take it as the root, if you cut the tree, what will happen? Tree will sprout again. Will it sprout or not? What do gardeners do regularly? Before rainy season, they will chop everything. Then what will happen? It springs back to life. Did the tree get destroyed totally? It seemed to be destroyed. It went from vyakta to avyakta. Now it is back to vyakta. So kama, you wanted something badly. Meanwhile, you got a phone call. You got so busy in the phone call, you forgot what you wanted. When the phone call is over, you will come back to it. I mean, I'm saying, whatever, either on account of distraction or because something happened or it was partly fulfilled or fully fulfilled, one kama can go. But all kamas don't go. Why will they not go? Because who are you? Apurnaha or Purnaha? I am as good as Buddhi. If you are as good as Buddhi, even if you are Einstein, what will happen? You will have kama. Because apurnatvam cannot go. In some areas it may go, in some areas it can't go. Some spheres will be there because if this is me, I am one of many. The many restrict me. I am much smaller than the world that I confront. Therefore, the thinking that I am apurnaha, I am small, I am limited, cannot be eliminated in any way unless I see my own reality. No way to remove it. Therefore, katham kamanam mulataha vinashaha. How will the vinasha, interesting you can say, is they disappear. Vinasha is disappearance. Nasha adarshane. They disappear. But disappear for good, never to come back. How will that be possible? If that is the question, because there is a connection here, Bhashyakara gives. What is the answer of Shruti? Yada, did we chant or no? We did. Yada sarve prabhidyante. Sarve kamaha prabhidyante. When they, when they fall apart. Hridayasya iha granthayaha. Rather, yada sarve hridayasya granthayaha iha eva prabhidyante. Iha asmin janmani, right now, not after death. Iha, here. Atha martyaha amritaha bhavati. Same words as last words. At that time, one who thought I am subject to death becomes free from that notion. This much alone is a teaching. Etavadhi anushasanam. See, last time he said, Atra Brahma samashnute. Here, ihaiva, amritaha bhavati. Brahma bhavati ityartha. He is Brahman, doesn't become Brahma. Recognizes I was always Brahman. So now, what is being said? What is this kama? How will kama go? Kama is presented as what? The source of kama is presenting as threefold granthi. Granthi means a knot. Granthi means a knot. Suppose you have a knot. When we were kids, we had to tie our shoelaces. You knot them. Sometimes do you recall ever that you tried to open your shoes, it wouldn't open, the lace wouldn't come off. Then you would be frustrated. Sometimes you would take out the shoe without the lace, throw it and go away to play. Then next day morning you have to wear it. You can't open it. Why? It is knotted. It is knotted. Why did it get knotted? There's a way to tie the lace. If you pull, it should come loose. But when you pull the wrong thing, it comes tight. You have to know which thread to pull. Another example I like to give is, this bags of rice and atta, etc. come with this three-stranded stitching-like thing. It's such a pain to remove it sometimes. And sometimes you just pull And it just comes like you wonder how it came out so smoothly. It comes. All holes are visible, and you open the rice bag, and it's wonderful. It's like magic. But another time you're trying the same thing, it doesn't come. You pulled the wrong thread. It won't come. Now you do anything, it won't come. You have to take it and cut how many places? Cut, 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 cut. And all the pieces of thread will fall everywhere. Now you have to clear all that up. Have you seen that or not? This is called Granthi, okay? Granthi. If you know what to pull, there is no Granthi, it will go away. Bhidyate. But generally, what are the three strands now? What are the strands? Another example, if you are a person who wears a sacred thread, you would know. Every year we have to change this thread. And you bring one thread from a priest. Sometimes the threads there are three together and there are many of them, jumbled. He will say, you take it to separate. You try separating them. I don't know how those priests do it. They'll just put their legs out like this, put it on their thighs, they'll do and take. Because Avaniyattam day, they have a lot of people there. You try doing it, it doesn't come out. They try doing it, it seems to come out like this. The skill is there, Granthi is like that. If you know how to get it, if you know if you get the hang of it, then you can remove it. So what is the Granthi here? Hridayasya iha Granthayaha. Hridayasya is of the buddhi. Bhashyakara tells you. Yada sarve prabhidyante. Prabhidyante, they come apart, they fall apart. Bhedam upayanti. They fall apart. Bheda is separation, not difference alone, separation. They come. So if you have three strands which are knotted together, they separate. They separate. That is vinashyanti. Hridayasya buddhehe iha jivataha eva. Iha means what? When you are alive, not after death. It's a spiritual pursuit. Here and now you want to solve the problem. Then what? Why do you call it a Granthi? This avidya, why do you call this a Granthi? Granthivat dridha bandhana rupa avidya pratyayaha ityartha. Because word says what? Hridayasya iha Granthayaha. What is Granthi and knot? Now what will be your thinking when you hear the word knot? Something physical or not? Knots are physical. Even in a relationship, if it's a smooth relationship, it's a thread. Once the relationship is strained and breaks, then what do? You patch up again. What do you do now? You knot it. What will remain? The relationship will always be what? Knotty. It doesn't become the same smooth relationship anymore. It has a knot. You can feel it. It will look like one straight thing, but it's always got knots. So here he's saying there is a knot. What is the knot? The knot that ties you to samsara. What is that knot? It is not a real knot. Granthivat, like a knot. Granthivat dridha bandhana rupa. Ties you very well, like a knot. But what is it really? Avidya pratyayaha. It tells you there is no physical knot or anything. It is purely a notion, a wrong notion, an incorrect understanding. Avidya pratyayaha. What is avidya pratyaya? What kind of samasa? Shaka parthiva samasaha. Madhyapadalopa. So what is it? Avidya nimitta pratyayaha. Avidya krita pratyayaha. Avidya mulaka pratyaya. You put anything there. Avidya is the cause for which pratyaya. Avidya is not a pratyaya. Avidya is the cause for which pratyaya. What is avidya? How is it? How do you know there is avidya? You say, I am a man of constant sorrow. You say that. That shows avidya pratyaya. I am a man, sorrow. No need for sorrow also. I am a man, avidya. I am a woman, avidya. I am sad, avidya. I am tired, avidya. Anything you say with I am, avidya. This is avidya pratyaya. So is it avidya which is the pratyaya? All of them are on account of avidya. What is avidya? Not the knowledge of who you are is covered as though. Not really covered. If who you are is really covered, you are a problem. Because, you see, when you see clouds which cover the sun, the clouds cover the sun? Do they cover the sun or not? How do you see the clouds? How do you see the clouds? Because the sun shines through them. And you know, and you say clouds cover the sun. Can the cloud cover the sun? The cloud only as though covers the sun. It is the sun alone which is appearing as the clouds. How do you say that? Earth is only sun. Water is evaporated by the sun, goes back as cloud, sits there. What is sun? Sun is covered by clouds. Cloud covers your eyes. Doesn't cover the sun. But what do we think? The cloud covers the sun. What's the reality? The clouds are revealing the sun. Avidya pratyaya also reveals what? You. It's not really covering it. But until you understand it, it covers. So, avidya pratyaha, main thing to understand is, it is not something solid and real, granthi-vat, but only a pratyaya. That too, avidya krita pratyaya. So what is the solution going to be? When avidya is spirited away, well, when will it get spirited away? In the wake of vidya, in the wake of atma jnanam, which is gained through shruti pramanam. Then what happens? When avidya gone, avidya mulaka, avidya krita pratyaya cannot come anymore. So what will be the pratyaya? Not I am a man, I am a woman, I am sad, I am happy. What will be pratyaya? Everything is me. There is nothing but me. That's the pratyaya. Therefore, he says, this is the avidya pratyaya. Now, Bhashyakara is not happy just saying avidya pratyaya is granthi. What is avidya pratyaya? He explains. Ahamidam shariram. Say, ahamidam shariram. Mama idam dhanam. Sukhi dukhi cha aham. This is a sample of avidya, okay? What is sample? Ahamidam shariram. This is me. This body is me. Ahamidam shariram. What is it called? Avidya pratyaya, which means this is wrong, this is not true. Then, this is me. What is next? Mama idam. This is mine. Me and mine. This is all we need for samsara. Me and mine. Mama idam. If this pot is broken, does it matter to you? Does it matter to you? But suppose it is your pot. It is your pot. Suppose this was somebody's gold bangle, okay, real bangle. Somebody had lent it to me and I lost it. Does it matter to you? Everybody else it won't matter. But to the person who lost it, it matters or not. Why does it matter to that person? Because that's the only person who says, this is my bangle. A lot of people pass away. A lot of people fall sick. Many people enter the emergency in hospital every day. Emergency is what? 24 hours. All the time it's open. And every time you go, you will find there are some more people there. You have to wait even in emergency to, find your spot. You have gone because emergency. He says you wait. Why? How come so many people ended up in emergency? Doesn't matter to me. Let them end up. When do I get affected? My father has gone and they won't see him now. He's in emergency. He's waiting there, bleeding. What do you say? You feel bad. Why? Mama pita, mama mata, mama dhanam, mama, mine. That notion is because of what? Bhashyakara is giving sampling. What is the mukhya avidya pratyaya? This is me, this is mine. This is me, this is mine. What is this? Not your truth. It is caused because of the fact that you don't know who you really are. Third one is what? Sukhi dukhi cha aham. Either because of aham or because of mama, you will be what? You are a bhokta. You are a karta, bhokta. So what will be bhokta say? Aham sukhi, aham dukhi. Aham sukhi, aham dukhi. What Puja Swami will tell here? See, if both are equal, you're okay. If both are equal, you're okay. But how does it work? Dukhi. It has to extend, you know. Dukhi. I don't know music, okay? You should make it. Swami will do it very nicely. For 3 minutes, he will do Dukhi. Then what? Sukhi Yavaro. Sukhi goes away immediately. Dukhi continues for long. Isn't that how our life seems to be? Lot of dukkha, just one flash of sukha and it goes away, like a lightning. And again dukkha. This is sukhi dukhi. Who is sukhi dukhi? I am sukhi dukhi. This is the primary avidya vritti. Aham bhokta. That's where it begins. I am an experiencer of sukha dukkha. And if this is real, you can't move forward. Because you're stuck there. Sukha dukkha is what you want. That is samsara. Wanting to be free from dukkha and wanting to always have sukha is samsara. But being a conscious, see, an animal doesn't complain. Very interesting observation, you know. If you look at cows, let's say you have cows in a place, how often do you hear them moving? How often do you hear it? Have you lived near where cows are? Goshala? How often do you hear them? Morning, evening. Do you hear them whole day? How often do you hear birds chirping, calling? Early morning you'll hear all of them. After that, quiet. You know? They use speech to communicate something. How often do we talk? All the time. Samsara. Something or other is a problem. So the animals are happy. The context is, animals are not complaining, crying about anything. They are okay as they are. You see a dog, sometimes you see a dog with one leg gone. It will be limping along. Or one tail will be cut in some way. But it won't be crying and barking. It will be going about its business, limping. That's all. Human being? Not the same normally. He will be telling everybody how he became limp. Isn't it? So, an animal is happy being an animal because it does not have this self-consciousness. It has some self-consciousness, but it is very limited. Very limited. Why does a human being have a problem? Because human being is fully self-conscious, capable of freedom, capable of samsara. The whole range is available in both ways. So he is, Bhashyakara is saying, what is this avidya pratyaya, which is granthi? It's only a notion, pratyaya, avidya pratyaya. But what is the notion? I am subject to sorrow. So what did Bhagavan Krishna begin by answering? Ashochyan anvashochastvam. You cannot say aham dukhi because you are not subject to dukkha. Ashochyaha means not subject to dukkha. Not I am not dukhi now. Not subject to dukkha. You cannot have dukkha. You are Ananda Swarupa. How can you have dukkha? Ashochyaha. Ashochyan anu. Anvashochahatvam. Ashochyan anu. Ashochahatvam. And after doing that, you justified. Pragyavadancha bhashase. Reality is what? Wise people don't grieve after dead or dying. Gatasoon, agatasoonscha na anushochanti panditaha. That's the opening. Same. Avidya pratyaya. Therefore, it has no real being. And when that is removed, then what happens? Yada sarve prabidhyante hridayasya hi granthayah. Then what happens at that time? Atha martyah amritaha bhavati. Instantly, at that moment when avidya is gone, there is no more the feeling of apurnatvam. Because the aham which was placed as this is body is me, I am sukhi, I am dukhi, all is gone. Swamiji, I am sukhi is also gone? Yes, that is also gone. Then where is moksha? We will think about it when we meet again. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.